You know, obviously when your urine is a lighter color, right? I've had people come to me saying, well, to be honest, it's really dark. And I'm like, that's not good. That's a sign that your body needs more water.
That's
You want to
correct.
actually be going to the bathroom every few hours, right? Like, it's good for you to get up and take a break and step away from whatever you're doing. Use going to the bathroom as a little mini break for yourself. And so ideally, you know, you're hydrated when you're going to the bathroom every 2 to 3 hours. And I promise,
Exactly.
if you start to increase your water and you're like, I'm in the bathroom way more frequent than that, it will shift. It should only last a few days when you first start to increase your water intake, and then your body adjusts and it'll go to the normal 2 or 3 hours. I promise you.
And trust and believe you will feel different. You will feel different, and you'll be your the fogginess, the fog, all those different things, forgetting things. Actually, feeling like, I'm tired. I just have one more thing to do. So what happens is that in the success, you work your body, and then you work your body so hard that your body starts to decline on you because it's not getting what it needs. So what we want to do is help you to understand some simple practices that you can actually practice every day, and making sure and write this down, some of the things that you're going to need to take care of your body. Okay. And some things, and we talk about this all the time, because you don't want to start dealing with deficiencies and toxicities in your body, because you can actually end up in the ICU with toxicity in your body, different types, okay, where your body becomes intoxicated, and that's something that it's the worst feeling in the world, and you don't want to do it. And so we want to give you some shortcuts today on how to get the nutrients that you need and how to practice them in a lifestyle change. And that's really important. And so let's talk about some things that we really want to outline for you. We want to talk about micronutrients. But before we get started on that, Amber, is anything else in the water category that you want our listening audience to know?
You know, I'm just passionate about people getting hydrated. And so all I would say is make it fun, right? Like, have your favorite water bottle, or like even a fun glass that you drink out of, something that makes you feel special. Or, add a few, like some slices of lemon or lime or orange or mint leaves. I mean, you can spice up your water and make it feel like it's a fancy occasion, right? That you're actually indulging a little bit. And so just get creative and make it fun, because the point is getting some water is better than no water. So just up it by 1 or 2 glasses. If that's what you take away, just 1 or 2 glasses, commit to yourself. I'm going to drink an extra glass of water every day. Maybe you do it first thing in the morning, get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I just urge you, like, it's an easy thing to fit in, and your body needs it so badly. So that would be the only thing I would add.
Okay, good. Okay. So, and then let's just give them a tip. Let's give them a real valuable tip. Let's share with them. We're going to just share with you, how do you know how much water that your body needs? There's so many things that we can help you with if we're coaching you one-on-one. But this is something we want to give you, because we don't want people to just not understand how much water they actually really need. What you need to do is take your body weight, divide it by 2. And then, say, for instance, if you weigh, let's say, 160 pounds. I'm sorry, say you weigh 160 pounds. So you divide it by 2, you get 80 pounds, right? So then you take the 80 pounds, you figure out, like, what size bottle of water you're going to drink every day. So say, for instance, if you were to drink 10 ounces of water, your water bottle had 10 ounces of water, then you would put on your desk 8 bottles of water. And it could be one by the bedside when you wake up. It could be a couple on the way going out the door. And then when you get to work or wherever you work from, say if you have that couple, then you need to put 5 of them on the desk. And by the time you leave work, those 5 need to be gone. Or if the 5 are not gone, then you go home and drink what you didn't finish. And then you start that cycle all over again the next day. you're like Amber said, you're going to find yourself urinating left to right, left to right. But that's your body cleansing itself, removing the toxins, because you don't want to have free radicals building up in your body. You don't want all that. That's a bad, 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 bad thing. So you want to rinse out all the toxins. You want to clean your system out, clean your body, because our bodies, we do live in a very toxic world. And it could be the things we eat, the air we breathe, all those different things, because our bodies were not designed to take all of those things in. But we do live in this world. That's why they talk about we want to cut greenhouse gases, all these different things. So it's a cause and effect to everything. And so these are some of the things that we want to do. And so that's why it's important for you to know how much water your body really actually is supposed to take in. Because if you don't get the water, signals are going to start to come if you're not doing that. And you're going to pay for it and feel it. What do you think about that, Heather?
Yep, absolutely. So I think it's really important. I love the idea of having a goal and crossing it off, right? I'm totally one of those people who like to write it down or have something to cross off, or some goal that I'm trying to achieve. And so by breaking it down into those goals, like Debbie said, then you can feel like you're being successful all throughout the day, which is exactly what you are. You're a successful person. So
yeah, that's what we want.
Bring it into everything.
Well, that's what we want you to do, is we want you to kind of, back up and do some goal setting, because that's what it takes for you to be successful. So every day at 5 o'clock, my phone, it rings. It goes off every day at 5 o'clock. And it goes off again at 8 o'clock every day. And then it goes off at 5 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock again. Even though that phone is a goal for me to know it's 5 o'clock in the morning, wake up. If I need to meditate, even if I don't get out of the bed and I want to just lay there and meditate and then put the day in perspective, or take yesterday and finish the perspective on yesterday, and then turn around and say, okay, these are things I didn't accomplish from my goal yesterday. This is what I know that I can get this done, and that water needs to fit in there. Okay, how much water did I drink? Okay, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to drink all the water that I need every day, but I can work on this goal of where I'm at. And then you can tell yourself, set your timer to tell you to grab your water. Set your timer to tell you to put your water out. You can set another timer. We all have these phones, these smartphones. So you could tell your smartphone to tell you to put your water out, and you know where the water goes, by the bedside. If you get thirsty in the night, drink some water. And when you wake up in the morning, take a few minutes, drink some water. When you're running out and you're getting ready to leave, take your water with you. So you put your water by the door. You put your water where it needs to be. Or if you're fortunate enough to be able to, if you're working from home, put the water where it's supposed to go. I put my water on my desk so that I can make sure to get enough. And then if say for instance, my husband comes in and he's drinking my water, and I tell him, you can't drink my water. And he says, why not? You don't want to share? And I'll be like, no, I have to get the nutrients I need. Go get your own water. And it's true. I tell him that. Go drink your own water. Don't drink my water, because I need to make sure I get all the water in that I need to take in, and I need to not divert from the amount of water that I'm drinking. And so those are the type of tips that we want to sit down and give you. And that's about every little step of what you're trying to achieve and what you're trying to do. And it could be in different areas of your life that you're practicing these goals. And that's how we go to the next level. That's how we get our breakthroughs. That's how we discover our aha moments, when we teach you how to set real goals and be realistic about the goals, but not goals that defeat you before you even get started. And so, is this goal even attainable for you? But we can do it in small steps. Heather, with the successful women, what is one of the challenging things that a lot of successful women that you coach, what is one of the challenging things that they have to deal with, that they aren't even aware that they are not dealing with, that they need to deal with? What is one of the things?
Right. So I'm going to laugh for just a second because you called me Heather, which is my cousin's name. And like ever since I was little, I've been called Heather. So
I'm sorry.
Maybe I should have been named Heather actually instead of Amber. So
It's
I just
Amber.
because I'm like, it carries with me everywhere. So, okay. So
I'm sorry.
one of the things, oh, that's okay. It made me laugh actually. Like I said, it's from when I was a kid, it's happened. So I'm kind of used to it. So you were asking what are some of the other pitfalls that these successful women are not even really realizing are kind of sabotaging them, right?
Yes, so one of the ones that worries you, like one is this, what's one of the self-sabotaging things that successful women do that they're not worried about, that is very damaging, that they're not even conscious of? I'm not going to say worried about, they're just not conscious of it, and that worries you, and that is a passion for you to get them to be able to recognize and help them work through. What is it? Just one thing.
I think it's nutrition in general, like giving themselves the fuel that they need and not skipping breakfast, not just grabbing a high sugar, muffin, or just thinking coffee is an okay thing to nourish their bodies. It's just, I think it's so important. And what concerns me is that we're not fueling our body for the greatness, right, that we're putting out in the world. We need to stop and give ourselves that foundation, start our day off right, set us up well.
Exactly.
To go forward.
Yeah, because, and when we look at that, so let's look at cause and effect. Okay, so say, for instance, you grab this is part of your routine every day that you grab this muffin. And this muffin is power-packed with sugar and artificial sweeteners on top of that. Do you understand what is going to happen to you? Well, first, you're going to have energy. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to crash and burn. And then you're going to say, oh, I need my coffee so I can get going. So then you go get the coffee, and then you put some more sugar in the coffee so that you can really get going. Next thing you know, an hour later, you're craving for something else. So you got some snacks on the desk. And so you're not really moving around. You might be up and down, but you're not really moving around. So next thing you know, your hips get wider. You start to get a little poof. And then you turn around and do it again the same day. Then you don't go eat lunch on time. You say, oh, I'll get to it. I have all this stuff that I need to be doing. And the next thing you know, you've been doing this for 6 months, and then you just put on 10 pounds, and you wonder why. Well, I don't even know how I put on, because you're not doing what you need to be doing. That's how you gain the 10 pounds. You're not eating what you need to be eating, and you're not getting the nutrients that you need to get. And that's what we're trying to get at, getting the proper nutrition, getting the proper nutrients that you need to get. When you wake up and you're eating your breakfast, is it a balanced breakfast? Does it give you what you need? Does it give you, does it give you vitamin B? Does it give you vitamin B1? Does it give you B2, B3, vitamin B5, B6, B7, B9, B12, vitamin C? Does it give you those things? So what we do is we turn around and look at your whole meal plan and figure out, are you getting the type of vitamins that you actually really need, your intake? Okay, are you getting the adequate intake that you actually need in vitamins? And some things that our bodies cannot produce through food. Well, say, for instance, some foods that we eat, we can produce some and get some vitamin that we need. Those are called macronutrients. And those macronutrients if we eat enough of it, then we'll get what we need. But then we have other kind of nutrients that we can't get, which is, everyone knows, those are micronutrients, like amino acids, things like that, like omegas, things of that nature. So then we teach you how to make sure you incorporate those things in there. And so, like, say, for instance, if you have a vitamin A deficiency, that's necessary for proper vision and organ function. Vitamin D, that promotes proper immune function and assists in calcium absorption, which is critical to our bones. It's very critical. A lot of people don't even know that there's such a thing as certain vitamin K. And that's required for blood clotting and proper bone development. So say if you have a deficiency in vitamin K, you could very well bleed to death because your blood may not clot. I'm not saying it can happen to you, but what if it did? And then vitamin E assists in immune function and acts as an antioxidant that protects cells from being damaged. Okay? So we want you to understand about what you need to be able to do and how much of it do you need to be healthy. based on health recommendations. We want to be able to help you with that. And that's one of the things that is a specialty for us that we have to learn. And then we have to be able to translate it back to you so that you can understand what's most healthy for you. You know, Heather, what's your take on that?
Well, you definitely can't find all of that in a muffin or in a cup of coffee. Just saying. So if that's what you're living off of, you're missing out on